and this isn't a maybe thing. I got an article from NPR citing a study, and there's multiple other studies. They can use mosquitoes. What they've done is they call them flying syringes, right? So they genetically modify these mosquitoes. They bite you, and when a mosquito bites you, it puts spit in you, for lack of a better term. I mean, it regurgitates something into your skin. That's why you get that itchy spot after a mosquito bites you. Well, the stuff that they put back into you can act as a vaccine. And so they've engineered mosquitoes to have malaria vaccines in them. I've got a ton of information on this. And this was, there you go, NPR. They've got these mosquitoes that can vaccinate you against malaria. Now, here's the thing. Let me tell you how this works, Alex.
Yeah, what are they got a Trojan horse in? They always do.
Yeah. So what they do is they take these mosquitoes and they bioengineer them. And they say, well, listen, these mosquitoes that we've bioengineered have malaria, but it can't make you sick, right? They've edited it in a way where
just
that
like
malaria
he
is
does
not
with the number one cause in the world is Bill Gates's polio vaccine is the number one cause of polio. Guys, put up Reuters for him. Is that where you're going with this?
That's exactly where I'm going with it. So they claim to genetically engineer it so that it can't spread malaria, but that can make you, have enough of the dead or attenuated virus in you that you can create an immune response. Well, the problem is what if that doesn't work? Aren't you just spreading malaria? And then you're putting it out there in a genetically modified way. Who knows how it's going to evolve from there, because you've tinkered with nature then. And if you think that's bad, Alex, I can one-up that. I have over here, and I'll send you a link for this one too if you'd like. I have in the DVM 360, which is a veterinary medicine publication. And this led me to research, and I can now confirm to you, okay, this isn't theory. This is, I can show you they're doing studies on this, right? Now, that doesn't mean that this is in the public, but they know how to. They can vaccinate you through the air, through your skin, through an injection, or through your food. I have studies on all of these that show each one of these as being viable. And I'll tell you, they're literally, and I'm going to read you this quote. This is from the DVM 360 article. Alternative vaccine delivery methods, including spraying and oral administration, are also being studied for veterinary use and may have benefit for wildlife or livestock population. A spray vaccine could quickly inoculate a flock of chickens. Okay, so understand something. This led me to a whole series of studies and research. The mucosa, which is when you breathe, it's in your sinuses, it's in your nose. They're a path for vaccines to get in you. So they can aerosolize vaccines and put it in you. They can also, we've now found ingestible vaccines are a workable thing. I can go through all the details. I got studies, I got science. I can tell you they're a legitimate thing. I'm not saying they're doing it today. I'm saying that they can do it. DNA vaccines are where they're going. Now understand, when they say RNA vaccines, they lied to us from the beginning, and I broke this with you, but I didn't realize how big this was when I did. They talked about mRNA, and we were supposed to think that that was messenger RNA. Messenger RNA is a weak garbage particle. It's great in your body, but it doesn't get into your body. You can't use it for vaccines. So what they did was they said mRNA, but what they actually meant was mod RNA. Mod RNA is modified laboratory-created RNA. If you look at your Pfizer Moderna shots, they aren't mRNA as in messenger RNA, they are mod RNA. They take that RNA, they modify it, so it doesn't work like messenger RNA. So the idea that it's going to go into your body and be gone in a couple of days, this, that, and other, that's bullcrap. We don't know how long it's going to be there because half of the modifications are designed to make sure that these things stay in your body longer. At the end of the day, the problem is that this part of the law can be very, very vague. Because the laws weren't designed at a time when they knew that you could, genetically engineer and design things at this level. So let's talk about, and the reason, one of the things I think I don't want to lose sight of is the aerosolized vaccines. And the fact that they're going to use them on animals, use them on this, use them on that. Yeah, well, if it's in the air, it can be spread anywhere, right? How do you give informed consent? If you put it in the mosquitoes, how do you get informed consent? That's completely illegal. And I had a meeting with my attorneys. It was private. My friend attorneys, the people who have stood with me for a while, at the end of 2021. And I said, guys, because by then I had a few other attorneys that were willing to fight people that were brave. I said, guys, it's time to change footing. They said, what do you mean, Renz? I said, you got to understand something. We've won this fight as long as we continue fighting it. And what do you mean we've won? They're not going away. No, they're not going away. And we're going to lose millions more people. But we have a control group, and we've got enough people who have stood and were awake enough that there's now enough suspicion that we have a legitimate group of people who will stand against this tyranny. And there's enough of us globally and in the United States standing against this tyranny that freedom will end up winning.
Check that out. I'm just over here wondering when, Bill Gates is going to go to prison for mass fucking murder.